Hi everyone! So today I am going to be decluttering my makeup station, my vanity. I wanted to just kind of do a little bit of an intro before I flip the camera around and kind of bring you with, but what I'm going to do is clean off the desk. It's pretty dusty, so it just needs a good wipe down. And then we're going to go through each drawer, declutter my makeup, but this is also going to kind of serve as like a makeup collection because I want to declutter the items, like all my eyeshadows, all my lipsticks, all my powders, like that kind of a style, so you kind of get a inventory, collection, and declutter in one. Okay, so I thought it would be helpful to give you guys like an overview. So this is kind of how my setup, I have these drawers here, so I have brushes and stuff in there, another miscellaneous items up there that we'll go through, and then I have my brush cups, I have my mirror, and then I have these three drawers. So basically this one kind of acts as like a backup anything that I'm not currently using. This is my main drawer, but even this is like getting a bit out of control, especially this lip, item. And then this is eyeshadows and stuff. So yeah, it's about time that I go through it all and kind of line it up. So what I'm going to do is pull out each of the categories and throw them up on my desktop here for us to go through. Okay, so I went ahead and emptied out my drawers, and then I also just wiped down the inside of them. And then I have all my products here kind of in categories. So this is what I have right now. It's not as large as it once was. I definitely had way more makeup before, but still this is more than I need, and I know that there's things in here that I don't ever see myself really utilizing, so there's no reason for me to hang on to them. So okay, let's go ahead and start with face primers. I have 6 right now. That's too many. So let's go through the ones that I have. So this one is the NYX Hydra Touch primer. This is more of a moisturizing primer. I do want to keep this one. I want to use it up by the end of the year because I do have a green sticker on it, which means that I've identified that it expires within 2019 for me. So this is one that I want to keep around. I do like having a moisturizing primer on hand. I have the Color FX mattifying primer. I love this. This is like one of my favorite mattifying primers of all time. And then I also have this Ulta mattifying face primer, which I've been trying out, but I'm honestly just like not that crazy about it. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this on. I've given it, you know, maybe a week and a half worth of trying, and it's just not for me. Okay, the rest of these are like kind of samples that I have not tried yet. So this is the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. I just don't think that I need this. I already have a moisturizing primer. This sounds very similar. It's not something, I don't use a moisturizing primer every single day, so I think I'm going to declutter this one as well. And then I have this Dr. Jart Cicapair Tiger Grass Camel Drops, which to be honest, I don't know if these are actually a primer or more if I could use it like as a tinted moisturizer, but I am curious about this product, so I do want to hold on to it and just give it a try. So I will hold on to that one. And then the last one is the Milk Blur Stick, and this is just a little mini. Again, this is one that I've been curious about for a long time, and I've just never tried it. And I got this little set of Milk products. You'll see a few other Milk products as we go along from the Sephora VIB sale, so I want to keep this one and give it a try. So I had 6, and now I'm down to 4. Doing all right. Okay, foundations, and this is kind of a category that I've definitely pared down, but I need to pare down more. So basically I have my favorite foundation, which is the Cover FX Power Play, and I have 2 because this is the one I'm finishing up, and this is a new bottle. And I am in the shade N10. So I'm going to be keeping both of these. This is the one I'm working on. I'm holding it upside down and storing it that way currently because it's a squeezy top, so I want all of the product to come down so it's easier for me to get out. So I will be holding on to both of these, knowing that this one won't be around too much longer. I also have this RMS Beauty Uncover Up, and I got the shade 00, which is the lightest shade they offer. I really love the theory of this product, but it just doesn't work for my oily skin, and this color is too dark for me. It's definitely too yellow, and this is the lightest shade available, so it's just not something that I realistically will use up, and since it's a natural product, I think it is already starting to kind of be a little bit compromised, so I'm going to let that go. And then I also have this Ulta Beauty Color Correcting Foundation and Primer Stick, and I have the shade Fair Porcelain. I did use quite a bit of this, actually, and I like it okay. I definitely get oily through it. It's not like a wears all day kind of foundation for me, but it's okay, and considering I don't have that much left, I do want to finish this up. I think it's a good day-to-day foundation, or like a weekend kind of just like I need to run out. You can build it up, or you can go pretty sheer with it, but yeah, I've used a lot of it, so I want to finish this up and just see it through. I think it's an okay product. I just wouldn't, I wouldn't wear it on days where I for sure need my makeup to last, so like when I'm traveling or anything like that. And then the other product I have is the Sun Bum Mineral Tinted SPF. You guys have heard me talk about this quite a bit, but Laura told me about this. Well, she told everyone about it, but like, thanks, Laura. And so yeah, this is an item that I am working on using up. This is my favorite kind of like lightweight, easy to go moisturizer. But you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, since I already have, I just don't know if I should keep this stick foundation because I have something kind of in that category. I think I'll get rid of the stick foundation because I have like a lighter kind of like just slap it on and go. So I got rid of 2 foundations. For setting sprays, I have the one I'm using right now, which is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting spray. I think this was like the original one. I have seen in stores there's like a matte one, which I definitely would check out. I think this is fine, so I'm going to keep it. It's the only one I have on hand right now. Although I do have this empty Urban Decay spray bottle, which I do plan to hold on to because it stores easier in my makeup collection. So if I ever got the Scandinavia one again, which I really love the Scandinavia one, so it's like very likely that I would purchase it again. I like to decant it into this size because it's a lot easier for me to use. So I am going to keep that bottle, but I'm going to keep it in a different area because there's nothing in it right now. Concealers. So right now my favorite under eye brightening, well, I guess like the only one I really ever use, sorry, my eye is like itchy, is the Pixi by Petra, and this is in the Brightening Peach shade. So this is the one that I use. I really love it. I'm definitely keeping it. Now I have 4 other concealers. So let's see here. This is the Ulta Full Coverage Liquid Concealer, and it says it's waterproof. And I have the shade Light Cool, which is the lightest shade, and it's still too dark for me. Like really too dark for me. So I am going to go ahead and pass this on. I've also had this open for quite some time, so I don't feel like I need to have it around anymore. Like that can just be trash, you know? The other one I have is the NYX HD, and this is in, I always forget, Fair. And this is what I use underneath my eyes. I really love this concealer. So I'm definitely going to hold on to this. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm scraping, but there's still plenty of product in there and it's still working fine for me. And then I have 2 new concealers. So this e.l.f. one is the HD Lifting Concealer in Fair. And, oh man, that looks dark. That looks like way dark. Dang. Okay, well that's obviously not my color. Shoot, okay, well I'm going to pass this on to my friend then. All I did was just swatch it and I know she'd be okay with that. So I'm going to see if this works better on her skin tone. That's a bummer. Oh well. And then the last one is the Han All Natural Concealer, and this is in the shade Fair. I got this out of a Petit Vour box, which I've only used it once, but I did really enjoy it. And it's a very kind of liquidy concealer, so it's right there. But it's super easy to blend because it's so thin. And you know, I really like it. I think that it'll work out as being a concealer that I can lean heavily on. So you know what, this is actually brighter than my NYX one, so maybe I'll try this under my eyes and then the NYX one on my face. We'll have to see, or maybe I can just use like one for both. We'll see though. So yeah, concealers are down. I got rid of 2. Powders, I have 4 currently. Actually, I think I have 1 more, but it might be at work. It's a pressed powder, but that's what I use for blotting. Hey, My cat's chewing on something, sorry. Okay, so I have powders. So the first one is the Supergoop Invincible Setting Powder. It has SPF 45. I got this over the summer. I really do enjoy it. So I am going to keep this. And then I have my Holy Grail Tarte Smooth Operator Powder. I love this. I'm not getting rid of this. There's no way. But before the Tarte one, and this is what I'm still using, this is the Cover FX Matte Setting Powder, and I have the shade Light. This just makes my foundation look a little bit darker than it is. So I am going to finish it up. It's a good powder. It's just too dark for me, or like at least it oxidizes a little bit too much for me. So I obviously don't have that much left in here, so I'm going to finish it up, and I'll be done with this. The other one I have is the Everyday Minerals Base, and I have the shade 2N Light, and this is the semi-matte, and this is more of like a powder foundation. I just currently am not super into powder foundations, maybe like in the future, but I also got this in semi-matte, and I think if I were to purchase this again in the future, I would want the full matte one. So I am going to pass this on again. I'm going to see if my friend wants it, because it is still a good powder foundation. It's just not fitting into my routine right now. Okay, moving on to colored face products. So I'm going to start with bronzer. I only have one bronzer. It's the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I do have some pan on it, so I'm going to keep this. But I also have the Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting Powder, and I have it in the shade Light. So this is more of a gray ashier kind of color, but this is what I use to contour, and I really, really love it. So I definitely will be holding on to that. Okay, highlighter. I have more than I thought I did, so let's just pull these forward. The first one is the Laura Geller Baked Highlighter in French Vanilla. So this is the one I'm currently working on, which has a ton of pan on it. I do think I can get a little bit more usage out of this, so I'm going to, but I do have a backup of it. I don't think they make this anymore. It's always been hit and miss if they have this like available, but I do have a backup, so I'll be like set, and then after that I guess I'll have to find a replacement if they don't bring it back. But I think I am going to work on this one a little bit more, and then once it's done I will be on to my new one. For other powder highlights, like more like bright powder highlights, I have two. I have the Becca Moonstone, and then I have the Makeup Geek Glitz. So the Becca Moonstone for me is going to expire in March, so this is the one that I've been using the most, and I really, really love it. So I do anticipate repurchasing it, but I think I'm going to repurchase the mini of it. I just don't think I need a full size. So that's it there. It's such a beautiful like white gold kind of. It's still a gold, but like for fair skin, it's beautiful. Moonstone is the way to go. Opal is just too dark for me. And then this Glitz is a pinky champagne, also equally beautiful. I said that weird, sorry. It's just definitely a little bit more cool tone, so it's right here catching the light. Yeah, super pretty though. I do really like that. It just adds like a nice bing onto your cheeks. So I will be keeping both of those, and then I plan to replace the Moonstone, and then I think that'll be good because I'll have one on more of like the cooler side of things and one on a little bit of the warmer side of things, so that'll be good. Okay, and then I have some cream highlighters, which to be honest, I'm not like super into cream highlighters. I have this Connie Beauty, and this is, I don't even know what shade this was, but this also came in a Petit Vour, and I just don't like cream highlighters, so I'm not going to hold on to it. I had it in front of me, you know, to like try it, and I just don't really have the urge to try it, so I don't really think that I need to hold on to it. I do have the Milk holographic stick. This I do like. This is fun. It's kind of like a purpley tint. It's right there. That's like probably the worst spot for me to swatch it, but I really do like this. It does layer well, and you can put it over your powder products, so I do like this. And then the last one I have is the Ulta Beauty Liquid Illuminator, and this has never been opened, and I also just like don't have a really desire to use it, so I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it. Blushes. I have 4 blushes right now. So the one that I'm like currently using in my rotation is the Hourglass Ambient powder blush, and this is in Mood Exposure. This is the mini size. Again, I'm at the place where I would rather have something that I can like realistically get through while still enjoying the product. So it is a small pan, but like this is something I could realistically get through within a reasonable amount of time, and I'm okay. I know that it's not as cost effective as just buying the full size, but I'm just not going to get through the full size. But this is beautiful. It's like a rosy, very, very fine shimmer. So that's it there. I really love it. and I'm really happy using it. The next one I have is the Makeup Geek Blind Date, and this is a matte, almost like a coral. It's pretty in the pan. The thing is it's just so freaking pigmented. Like, look at that. It's really hard for me to use because I'm so fair, and I know that like I can have a light hand and all that, but I don't know. I just don't feel like I need it in my life anymore, so I'm gonna pass this on. The next one is the Tarte Parte, which is the Sephora VIB gift that was given out. And this is a matte peach, or kind of like a rose. It's right there. I really do enjoy it. I think it wears nicely, and it adds a nice like punch to the cheeks. And then the last one I have is the Tarte Peaceful Blush, and I've had this for quite some time. This is what it looks like. It has a gold kind of shimmer running through it. Let me get a swatch here. But it's really pretty. So that's right there. The thing is, though, this is getting really old, and I'm just not into glittery blushes like this. I do like the Hourglass one because it's so fine, but this is just a little bit too sparkly for my taste right now. And I've had this in my collection. It's in the old Tarte packaging. For reference, the new Tarte packaging just has like the word Tarte, but this had like the flower word Tarte. So I just think it's time for that to be passed on. So I only have 2 blushes now, and I think that's great. I'm happy with that. Let's move into eye stuff. So I only have one eyeshadow primer. It's my favorite. It's the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer, so I'm going to keep it. For eye pencils, I have my little stack here. So I have a couple of black eyeliners right now. I have, 2 of the Hourglass 1.5 millimeter going, and then I also have the Tarte Sex Kitten sample. So this one I was going to save for when I'm traveling for work and use this as my eyeliner then, just because it's smaller and just a little bit, less space in my travel bag. So I do plan to keep this and both of these. And then as far as other liners, I have this one, which is the NYX Velvet, and it's like a gold bronze shade. I really like this under my lower lash line. And then I also have this one, which is Jewel, and this is kind of like a purpley shade. And this one I also like under my lower lash line, but I think this could also be really pretty on like top of my lash line. So I'm going to keep these. And then I also have my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil, and I have the shade Cottage Cheese, which is what I use as my like cream base for my shimmery eyeshadow. So yeah, I'm going to be keeping all of those. Okay, eyeshadow time. The first one on top, actually the first 3 here are the items that I am panning this year, so I'm definitely going to be keeping these and working through them this year. So if you want to see what I'm panning, go check out my Pan That palette. I just started it, and you can see what those items are. I have some other eyeshadows. So I have this NARS Christopher Kane Duo, and this is the Parallel Universe Duo. And I think it's beautiful, just absolutely stunning. But here's the thing, I don't use it. I never reach for it. I always forget about it. So I'm going to go ahead and just let this go. Just say goodbye to it. And yeah, it was a good run, but I forget about it. So why keep it? The next one is the Tarte Maneater palette. When I got this one in 2018, so this is a new palette to me, and this is what it looks like. It's a very basic eyeshadow palette, but it's totally up my alley. I think it complements the shadows that I'm panning this year really well, and I also think that this is just a really nice standalone shadow palette for me to use after I finish up those shadows. So I'm going to definitely keep this, and it's something that I can see myself traveling with, which is huge for me because I am gone all the time for work, so that'll be good. The other thing, this is new, I just got this. This is the Anastasia Sultry palette. So I got this for myself as like a Christmas present basically, but it's beautiful. I love the shades in here. Like, this screams to me because for me, I am definitely a lid shade, and on the lids I like a shimmer. It's what I like, and there's so many different ones, and there's good neutrals, like neutral mattes throughout here of different tones, and this just screams my name, and I'm so happy I have it, and the shadows are really, really nice. So I'm thrilled that I have this, and I'm definitely going to be keeping it. The other two shadows palettes I have, this one is the Gwen Stefani Urban Decay palette, and this one is something that I also really love. It's neutral, which is right up my alley. That's a theme here. It's something that I'm comfortable wearing. This is something I can see myself panning in the future, so I definitely want to keep this, and I've dipped into here quite a bit, and I see myself dipping into this quite a bit when I'm panning the other shades that I'm panning. So I definitely will be keeping this one. And then the last thing is my larger Z palette. So I have a smaller Z palette, and then I have this one as well. And this is kind of just some like leftover shades right now. So this is leftover from the Urban Decay Naked 3. This was Limit, but this is expired. Like, there really isn't much color payoff anymore, so this is definitely going to be leaving me. This is the Makeup Geek Starry Eyed foiled eyeshadow. I love this. I'm definitely keeping it. This is the Urban Decay Scratch. Also really, really love this. It's like a pinky, I don't know, it's like a pink shimmer with a little bit of peach in it. It's beautiful. I'm definitely keeping it. And then this is Urban Decay ABC Gum, which I'm definitely also keeping. This is a dupe. Well, I guess the dupe shadow is the one that I'm panning right now for Makeup Geek Beaches and Cream. This is going to be the transition shade I use after that. So I am working on another champagne shade, which is why I don't have Starry Eyed in that palette. And then normally I do have this one in the palette as well. I'm just not panning it this year. So it's in here because when I film my pan palettes, I don't want it, you know, interfering. And then here I have other shadows. So these are all from the Too Faced, oh, what was it called? Not the Everything's Nice palette. It was a holiday palette a couple years ago. So these are shadows that I've held on to, and then this one is a Kevin Aquan shadow that I, you know what, honestly don't have a need for anymore. It's beautiful. I hit pan. I just don't need it, so I'm going to pass that, or at least probably not even pass it, just toss it. And then from these shadows, I'm going to keep this one, which is Too Faced Heaven. It's a nice matte white. I panned it this past year. This one, let me see. I guess, I mean, this is Too Faced Dream On, and it's from that palette. It's very similar. Like, I could see myself using these two shades for the same reason, but I don't think that I need to hold on to it. So I'm going to let this one go, because I have already this one as a backup. So I don't want too many backups. I can always find matte cream shades. I mean, Wet n Wild's, what is it called even? Brulee is amazing. So it's easy to find. Okay, and now I'm down to shimmery shades. So I kind of have like this shimmery green, gold, and purple. I live for this purple. I love it. It's called Mauvelous. I'm definitely keeping that one. This is Honey Pot from Too Faced. This is a shadow that is just too gold for me. I do enjoy a lighter gold. This is just too gold for me, so I'm going to let that one go. And then this one is Shiny Happy, which is beautiful in the pan. It pulls a little bit more green on my lid, and it's just got like actual chunks of glitter, and so it's kind of hard for me to work with. So I'm not going to be holding on to this one anymore either. So these are the single eyeshadows I'm left with, other than the ones that are in my other Z palette that I'm panning. So last eyeshadows I have are these ones from Stila. So these are the, what are these? Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadows. I really do like these. So I have Diamond Dust, which is like a clear with like a silvery glitter in it. This is Kitten Karma, which has a little bit of like a bronze base, and then it has glitter in it. And then this one is Gold Goddess, which is a clear with gold glitter in it. I'm going to get rid of the Gold Goddess, but I'm going to keep these two, the Kitten Karma and the Diamond Dust. So there's that. Okay, for mascara, I have my favorite mascara, the Essence Lash Princess, and this is the false lash effect, so like with the green teal. And then I also got the Milk Kush mascara, which I have not tried yet, so I'm going to hold on to this and give it a whirl. It came in that Milk makeup kit that I got. Moving on over, I only have two brow products. I'm keeping them both. So I have a brow mascara, and it's from Essence, the Make Me Brow, and then I also have the NYX Tame and Frame in Blonde, and I just repurchased both of these, so these are fresh, and I really like having both of them on hand. They each serve a little bit of a different purpose for me. Okay, now is the fun part. We're moving into lips. So I want to start with my lip balms. So these are the ones that I currently have. So I have the Kapari Lip Glossy, and this is what I use at night, like after a lip scrub and before I go to bed. So I'm gonna keep this one, and this one stays on my nightstand. So that's for sure staying. My favorite lip balms right now are the EOS lip balms and like the actual sticks. So I have the vanilla and then the mint. So I'm definitely going to keep those. And then I have two others. So this one is the Kiss My Face Sport Treatment and it has SPF 30. This is for sure expired SPF wise. So I'm going to go ahead and pitch that one. And then this is a chapstick brand, and it's the Pink Grapefruit, and I just can't stand how waxy this is, so this is also gonna go. Okay, let's do pencils next. So lip pencils, I have 4 currently. My favorite one is the Jordana Easy Liner, and this is in the shade Tawny. So I wanted to swatch these to kind of get a feel for, because I have a feeling that these 3 are all pretty similar, so if that's the case, I don't need all 3. So that is Tawny right there. It's beautiful to line your lips for any neutral lipstick, but it's also beautiful just like all filled in with like a gloss or even chapstick over it. Okay, then I have 2 from Ulta. So this is the matte lip liner in Spicy. This is from the Melissa Michelle collab. Okay, so there's that one. I don't even know what happened to that lipstick. I really did like that lipstick, but I think I lost it, like, I don't know, this fall maybe? Okay, this one is from Ulta as well, and this is Bittersweet, which is right there. And then I have this one from Real Her, and I don't even know what color this is, but it's a red. Okay, so here's the deal with these. I definitely don't need the red. I never wear it. The other 2, I think I'm going to keep the Spicy one. This one right here, it's a little bit deeper just because I do wear deeper lipsticks close to this, but I feel like the Bittersweet and the Tawny are really similar and I don't need both. So I'm going to get rid of the Bittersweet and I'm going to just keep these 2 lip liners. I'm going to start with like traditional lipsticks though. So I got this one from Petit Vour, and this is the Axology, and it looks like a decent shade, but when I wear it, it just looks off on me. I don't know, it's just not great. So I'm going to see if someone I know wants it. Yeah, it's just not for me. Okay, the other one I have here is from Flower, and this is in Cinnamon Crush, and it's a matte. So this is the shade here, and oh yeah, that's nice. So I definitely, oh, hold on, I had a text. I definitely love that. That's like the kind of like deep, rich shade I love, but I think I have something similar, so I want to wait before I decide on this one until I can see all the lip colors, but it's for sure like a contender, you know? I have a couple of like minis from Bite. So I have this Cayenne, which looks a little something like that. So that's like a fiery red. And I feel like if I want a red, I could go to that. And then this one is Honeycomb, and this is one that I have had at work. And it's just a nice neutral, like that's my kind of everyday sort of shade. This one, which is Glacé, and it's from Bite, and it's one of their lip crayons. And so this is right there. So it's a little bit more pinky and a little bit darker than like an everyday typical shade for me, but I do really like it. I do like these formulas. I've always been a fan of the Bite matte guys, the sticks. This one is the lipstick that I custom created in New York a few years ago at this point, and it's great, but it's just not my favorite color. It's a little bit too pink for me now. I just don't wear it anymore, and I probably shouldn't be wearing it anymore, you know what I mean? Okay, and then I have 2 other lipsticks. This is the Ulta Nude, and this is a really nice day-to-day lipstick for me. It's very comfortable, so it's right there. This is the one I typically have in my purse. And then this is new to me. This is the Becca, Chloe, and Malika collab, and this is Cupid's Kiss. You guys, this is beautiful and like totally an everyday color for me. So it's right there. So I'm definitely going to be keeping it, and I just love this lipstick, probably because it's so new that I'm like obsessed with it, but I really, really, really love it. Let's move into liquid lips. So I have 3 liquid lipsticks, and I'm only going to keep one because it's the only formula I like, which is the Bare Minerals Gen Nude, and this is in the shade Boss, which I'll swatch in a second. The Tarteist Lip Paint and the Flower Miracle Matte Lip. These just are too drying for me, and I don't want to keep them. But this is beautiful. I wear this all the time. It's a little bit deeper, so it's right there, but it's still like in the everyday kind of my sort of nude range. It's beautiful. This is where this is what I wear when I'm traveling and I'm spending 8 hours with my customers just talking all day, because it stays. So I do love that. Okay, and then I have lip glosses, and I just have 2. I have the NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee, and this is nice. It's a drugstore lip gloss that has been a favorite for a long time. It's just a sheer pink nude kind of shade. And then I also recently got this Marc Jacobs one in Moon Glow, and this is beautiful. It's a little bit lighter, so it really just is like a gloss for your lips, but these have the same effect for me. And I love them both, so I'm going to keep them both. And I think 2 is an okay number of gloss. I don't think it's like too excessive. So I do think I am going to keep this flower one, which I said was a maybe. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with what I've done. So let's go ahead and put it back into the drawers that they belong in. Okay, so I have those 2 stacked, and then I have my other lip products, and then just this mascara. Okay, that looks acceptable. Yeah, so that is kind of the makeup overview. I know I don't have as large of a collection as I once did, but I'm super happy with the size of it. You know, I still have options within, plenty of lip options, but you know, like I have a couple of blushes and I have a couple of highlighters. So yeah, I'm super happy with that. So this is over here, the final pile of what I'm getting rid of. So yeah, quite a few brushes, quite a few different makeup products. I'm feeling really, really good about this. And I'm excited to pass some of these things on to other people, and the rest just, you know, like it's time for some of these products to be pitched. So yeah, I think that's really good. I'm proud of myself. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I will see you guys in my next one.